Welcome to Reading Hour with Colleen. Tonight we will read from Bedtime Stories, Uncle Arthur's Bedtime Stories, because it is nighttime. Kenneth's Stockings. Talking about stockings reminds me of young Kenneth. He had heard the old story about Santa Claus coming around on Christmas Eve, and being of a business-like turn of mind, he thought he might as well make the most of the opportunity. If one stocking could be filled in this way, why not many? Surely, especially in the dark, it would be easy to deceive the old man. Anyway, thought Kenneth, it was worth trying, so he proceeded to hang up all the stockings he could find. Daddies, mamas, aunties, grandmas, grandpas, big brothers, big sisters, and the maids. Everybody's stockings were, in fact, brought into use and duly pinned to Kenneth's little bed before he went to sleep that night. There's a little picture of Kenneth and his many stockings. What a lot of things I shall get, he said to himself as he looked over the long line of suspended hosiery. Big socks, little socks, white socks, brown socks, black socks, clean socks, and dirty socks. If they are all full in the morning, I shall be the happiest boy in the world. At last, Kenneth fell asleep to dream of his stockings. He saw them all full of the loveliest things. One had a steam engine in it, another a teddy bear, another a big box of chocolates, another a trumpet. They were all so real, he could almost feel himself playing with them. About midnight, if only Kenneth could have seen, 2 people crept stealthily upstairs and peered into his bedroom. He's fast asleep, said one. I think it's all right. Yes, said the other. Tread very quietly or you'll wake him up. Why, look at all these stockings, exclaimed the first voice. Yes, said the second voice. He borrowed all our stockings. He said he wanted to have them all filled. Rather greedy, said the first voice. I'm afraid it was, said the second voice. Well, we'll have to teach him a little lesson, said the first voice. But don't be too hard on him, said the second voice. We won't. We will certainly put something into every one of them. Let's start on this end. All right. Do be careful. See, he's getting disturbed. You hold the stockings, said the first voice, and I'll put the things in. All right, be quick, said the second voice. The 2 figures worked away rapidly into the dark. Pretty steam engine, said Kenneth in his sleep. Dear me, said the first voice. I thought he had caught us. Oh dear, said the second voice. It gave me quite a scare. Where's the smallest sock, said the first voice. Here it is, said the second voice. That's the one I've been looking for. Hold it open. The figures bent over the bed to make sure Kenneth was really asleep, gave him a quick good-night kiss, and moved quietly from the room. Morning arrived, very early morning, too. In fact, the gray light of dawn had scarcely begun to peep through the curtains when Kenneth woke up. In a moment, he had thrown off the bedclothes and was standing up in his bed, feeling along his row of stockings. Hurrah! Every stocking had something in it. He'd been right after all. They weren't all full, truly, but everyone had something at the bottom. Some of them were quite heavy, too. He began to examine them more closely. Down into the first one went his chubby little arm, and out came a banana. Humph, grunted Kenneth. Not so bad for a start, he thought, but hardly what he had expected. He removed the skin and began to eat it. Now for the second, he said to himself. Down, down, down he went, right into the toe. And this time, out came a ball. He was glad to get the ball, but where was the steam engine? From the third, he drew out a little box of candy, and from the fourth an orange. Each stocking had just one little thing at the bottom of it, and nothing else. It was rather disappointing. Not till he got to the last, the smallest of all, did he find it full of all sorts of little things he had wanted. But where was the teddy bear, the engine, the trumpet? It was a rather forlorn little Kenneth who came down to breakfast that morning. "Hello, dear," cried Daddy. "How about all those stockings? Did you find them full?" "Naw," said Kenneth rather disgustedly. He made a mistake. "A mistake?" cried Daddy. "How's that?" "Well, he just took one decent stocking full and spread it out among them all. I call that cheating." "Ha ha ha," laughed Daddy. "What a bit of fun. But do you know what I think?" "What?" asked Kenneth, still rather upset. "I think that when he saw all those stockings, he got a shock and said to himself, 'I reckon a very greedy boy lives here, and I'll teach him a lesson.'" Grunted Kenneth. "I'll not hang them all up next time. I didn't get nearly all I wanted." "Oh, by the way," said Daddy, "I found a parcel addressed to Kenneth in the hall this morning." "Did you?" said Kenneth, his eyes brightening. "Yes, here it is." Kenneth seized it with delight and ripped off the paper. Inside were the engine, the trumpet, the teddy bear, and a box of chocolates. "He must have dropped this parcel off on the way upstairs," he said eagerly. "Ahem, perhaps he did," said Daddy. "Perhaps he did." Let's talk about the moral of this story. If you're persistent in what you want, you will get it. And if you're greedy, you may not like the results at first, but everything you ask for will be put into your sock. Thanks, Uncle Arthur.